Good morning, Giants, and welcome to this week's newscast. I am Lana Talafha.
And I'm Kieran Simmer, and today is Friday the 13th. So you know what that means. Expect the unexpected.
And on that note,
today is Friday the 13th, so we decided to take an in-depth look at one of the most haunted places in Indiana. 100 acres of land, around 4 miles of hidden underground tunnels, and at least 10 separate buildings, all devoted to one creepy cause. Opening in 1848, the Central Indiana Hospital for the Insane started out with just one building and only 5 patients. From there, it grew to care for nearly 3,000 patients with various mental illnesses, ranging from depression to different forms of psychosis. The hospital was later named Central State, as it is known today. It continued to grow, spreading its patients across new locations in different counties until high expenses and claims of patient abuse caused the government to search for other means of treating the mentally ill, which led to the hospital's eventual closure in 1994. However, in spirit of Friday the 13th, we wanted to take a look at some of the creepier anecdotes surrounding the property. Numerous stories of mechanisms shutting off and turning on by themselves, faces and shadows lurking in the basement of the powerhouse and other buildings have emerged over time. This makes sense, seeing how brutal experiments and multiple deaths occurred within these buildings all the time. One story tells of a female patient who frequently wandered in and around the tunnels to talk to her friend Al. According to the story, Al was a patient who went missing and wasn't able to be found on or off campus. He was assumed to be escaped. However, the realization a nurse later made when they discovered Al's body sent chills through her spine. The moans can still be heard within those haunted tunnels and buildings today. Happy Friday the 13th, Giants. I'm Jacob Einstein, BDTV.
What's up, Giants? As most of you all know, today is Friday the 13th. This week, we went out and asked Ben Davis students their opinion on today's date and to tell us any scary memories they've had. Let's take a look.
I'm kind of into scary movies, and my favorite scary movie are the Screams.
Yes, I am into scary movies, and my favorite scary movie is Nightmare on Elm Street. It's my first scary movie I've ever seen.
I think Friday the 13th is kind of overrated. Like, they made it a day because it was a movie.
I really think it depends on who you are and what you think. I think it's a big deal because I've had a bad experience on that day, so it's like, I'm cool. I
haven't really had any scary experiences besides, like, when I go to haunted houses on Halloween.
It was my birthday, and me and my friends, we were out in the backyard playing, and I was in like 7th grade, so we were still childish. And my dad had a scream mask, and it was dark outside. We had the back porch lights on. We didn't know what was going on, so we playing football, not knowing what's going on. Next thing you know, my dad hops the fence with the scream mask on, chasing us. So yeah, it traumatized me.
speaking of movies, one of the biggest films of the year is coming out to theaters in a matter of just a few weeks. Over to you, Eliza.
There was an idea.
Thanks to Robert Downey Jr., Marvel has pushed Avengers Infinity War release date a couple weeks forward, which leaves us all biting our nails in anticipation for what's to come in just 2 short weeks. But despite all the anxiety and worry for what's to happen in this Part 1 finale, I've taken it upon myself to ask a few Ben Davis students to participate in a fun little game to lighten the mood. I'm Eliza Vandewally, and this is Marvel's Avengers Infinity War, Would You Rather? Would you rather have an archery contest with Hawkeye or a strongman contest with Thor?
An archery contest with Hawkeye.
An archery contest with Hawkeye, because there's no competition with Thor. Like, he's already extremely strong.
Would you rather fight an angry Hulk or Thanos with 3 of his Infinity Stones?
Probably an angry Hulk.
Hulk?
Hulk possibility?
If they were about to die, would you rather save Captain America or Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Possibility Captain America.
Captain America, he was the backbone of Marvel.
Would you rather challenge the Avengers or the Black Order?
The Black Order, because the Avengers has made a lot of havoc in the past few years, and I would not go against them. I mean, at least I would take my chances with the Black Order more than what I would with the Avengers, especially because there's such a huge amount of them.
Thanks for the great answers, Giants. And remember, be sure to go check out Marvel's Avengers Infinity War, coming to theaters April 27th.
What's up, guys? I'm Anaya.
And I'm Janaya.
And we're here to tell you about all the movies coming out in the month of April.
The first movie we're going to discuss is Acrimony. This movie is a thriller. It is about a faithful wife to Raji Peterson who was tired of sitting by her devious husband when it is clear that she has been betrayed.
If they hear you, they hunt you. A Quiet Place is a drama about a family who has an ill son, a deaf daughter, and a pregnant mother. In their small town, they have no other choice but to stay quiet.
Next movie we're going to discuss is Chappaquiddick. This movie is a thriller. It involves Ted Kennedy, who accidentally runs his car off the road in the resultant death of Mary Jo, a young strategist who worked for Kennedy.
The next movie we'll discuss is Rampage. It's a movie that stars Dwayne Johnson. He has an unshakable bond with a gorilla. A science experiment ends up going wrong, and it turns a gorilla, a wolf, and a crocodile into a monstrous side.
The next movie we're going to discuss is Truth or Dare. This movie is a drama. It is about a group of college kids who travel to Mexico for their last getaway before graduation. Once the game starts, it awakens something evil and makes them confess their darkest secrets and deepest fears.
Our last movie we will discuss will be Infinity War. It is about the Avengers uniting to take down their most powerful enemy, Thanos. They're on a mission to collect all 6 Infinity Stones. This is their most powerful battle yet.
As we all love the world of superheroes, let's see what we can do right here at school to keep Ben Davis super clean.
That really wasn't funny.
More and more students have been leaving their trash around in the cafeteria after lunch. Leaving your trash causes the lunch ladies to spend more time to clean up the cafeteria.
We work harder and it takes longer because we got to get all the trays up and then start our regular cleanup each day, and we always have to push all the chairs in. We have to dust, mop, and then get trash, so it just takes our duties a little longer to do when they leave lots of trays.
Please help us maintain the cafeteria clean for them. Help us pick up the trays. We would really appreciate it.
And remember, Giants, be kind, be respectful, and clean up after yourself. Jody McNichol, BDTV.
With everything going on in our lives and all the new technology, it's time to discuss the phone policy, such as when to use it and when not to use it. Throughout the school, you will see these signs instructing how to use your phone responsibly. For more information on the BYOD policy, refer to pages 40 and 41 in the student handbook.
Oh, make sure to use your phone responsibly.
And now over to Greg with the new episode of Greg's Corner.
We'll be alternating weekly between empowering poems, books for knowledge, documentaries about our history, and news of the Black community. Last week, I gave you guys another empowering poem, and now for this week, I have yet another book. And this week's book is a little less focused on the educational side and more focused towards its overall status and meaning. And this week's book is The Rose That Grew from the Concrete, written by Tupac Shakur.
And I feel like if you walk by a street and you was walking on concrete and you saw a rose growing out of concrete, even if it had messed up petals and it was a little, to the side, you would marvel at just seeing a rose grow through concrete.
Essentially, this is simply just a compilation of Tupac's poems that he's written throughout his life. But of course, with a colorful character like Mr. Shakur, this book means so much more. With over 100 poems inside, you get to share deep and intimate emotions with the late great icon, ranging from his views on the world, his battles with depression, his then future plans, and so much more.
There's none of that in the outer city. I call it the outer city because we left out. There's no nothing. We don't get any family heirlooms, the family crest, all that stuff that you would think is so important was meaningless. Because I mean, come on. Our family crest was cotton. You know what I'm saying?
Tupac was a special individual, and people tend to forget all that he's done and been through throughout his 25 years of life. And people also tend to forget that even with all of his accomplishments and some failures, he was simply just a human being just like us. And this book helps display that notion. And one more fun fact about this book. Every poem in this book contains the original handwritten version that Tupac has written himself, which of course makes the connection and feel for the book that much deeper. And now with that being said, I hope you guys go and check out and look for this book because it's a very interesting one. And also with that being said, I'm going to conclude this week's segment. Make sure you check out next time while I'll be giving you another movie. See you soon.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Anaya.
And I'm Chris.
And this is Common Sense, a show where we go out into the halls and ask you guys questions y'all should know the answers to.
Well, we hope you know the answers to.
Anyways, let's just get started.
Who is our 50th president?
Obama. I don't know. Abraham Lincoln or somebody? Oh!
What's Obama's last name?
Barack? Ain't it?
Yeah.
Which president is on the $20 bill?
Jackson. Which president is on a $20 bill?
My name's Jeff.
Who's the 50th president of the United States?
Donald Trump. All right, your mom has 4 kids named North, East, and South. What's the last one's name?
Mine.
Ooh.
Which is heavier, a pound of cotton or a pound of bricks?
Pound of bricks. Who is our 50th president?
George W. Bush. I have no idea. We don't have a 50th president.
Who is our 50th president?
Trump.
Two of any teenager's biggest events during their high school experience are going on during the same day. Over to Josh with the story.
Prom's coming up, which means you're getting your dresses, your suits, and you're ready to have a good time. However, there's one catch. The SAT is going to be on the same day as prom. We asked students around Ben Davis how they're going to cope with this issue and how they're going to manage it. Let's take a look.
I mean, sometimes life hits you with like 2 things all at once, so it's like you have to do what you have to do sometimes.
May 5th is a day where most are getting prepared for what is seen as the best night of their high school career. With prom, it seems like it's one of the rare nights of fun at a school event. However, there's a catch with this year's prom, with SAT being on the same day, which seems like a contradicting statement, having work and relaxation on one of these same days.
I think it's kind of dumb because we should be able to do like what we want that day for prom. And I mean, knowing that I feel like teachers probably set that up on purpose.
However, some do not find this an issue.
Well, first I already took my SAT, so I don't have to worry about that, but it's kind of bummer for people who want to get their makeup done and their nails done the same day as prom. And my advice to them is get enough sleep the day before prom, so when you go to SAT, you'll still have a little bit more energy to get your makeup done afterwards and still make it on time for prom.
I believe that it doesn't really matter. I believe that sometimes you just have to be responsible. And SAT is in the morning and you still have time to like finish your SAT and do them, so I don't think there's a problem with that.
As you can see, you can manage everything with this seemingly impossible schedule. So work hard and play harder, Giants. Josh Neal, BDTV.
Study hard and don't forget to have fun at prom.
Now we leave you with the latest updates on sports and weather.
What's going on, Giants? I'm John Owen, and I'm here to cover this week's sports. Let's get right into it. The girls' track team had an away meet on Tuesday and placed 3rd out of 3 against Pike and Carmel. The varsity softball team took a 10-9 victory against Lawrence Central, with the JV team winning as well. Amazing job, ladies. Lawrence Central beat the Ben Davis varsity baseball team Tuesday night, but the JV team came out on top, 13-2. Nice work, JV. Thanks for tuning into this week's sports coverage. I'm John Owen, BDTV.
Good morning, Giants. It looks like we can finally say goodbye to those nasty winter temperatures. For today, we can expect mostly cloudy conditions with the highest 75 and low 56. For the weekend, we can expect rain with temperatures dropping into Saturday night. We begin the school week with temperatures in the high 50s and low 60s. On Monday, we can expect temperatures reaching 50 degrees with the low of 34 with mostly sunny conditions. On Tuesday and Wednesday, temperatures will reach the low 60s with cloudy conditions on Tuesday and sunny conditions on Wednesday. We end the week on a good note with a high of 56 and low 40 on Thursday with mostly sunny conditions. Make sure to have a great weekend, Giants. Madeline Aurelio, BDTV.
It's Friday. The weekend is only hours away, and the only thing you want to do is relax.
No problem. Sit back and enjoy this week's entertainment.
Finally safe. Wait! Who are you and what do you want with me?
8:03 a.m. You and me were entering the school at just about the same time. You were just ahead of me coming in. I wasn't far behind, but you didn't have the decency or the common courtesy to hold the door open for me. You were so arrogant. I couldn't let you take justice into my own hands. Thanks to your negligence, I was left with this scar. A reminder of the way you treated me.
What scar?
This one right here.
Are you sure?
You don't
Are you
see?
sure?
No, it's right. The lighting's just. It's right here. It's seriously right. You gotta look really close. Maybe like. Magnify. It's right here.
You're going crazy. I don't see a scar.
Okay, enough about the scar. I saw it a few minutes. It's right here.
Wait a minute. I do remember you being there this morning. And if I remember correctly, you had your face buried into your phone.
Psh, no way. That wasn't me.
Yeah, you did. And you would have never run your face into the glass if you'd been paying attention in the first place.
So you mean to say I'm just as bad as you?
No. You're worse.
No!
Thanks, Amber, for the amazing outfits.
And thank you for watching this week. I'm Kieran Simmer.
And I am Lana Talafha. And remember, Giants, if it's about you and me, it's on BDTV.